Welcome everybody to the scheduled September meeting of Swan Hill Rural City Council. Welcome councillors, directors and officers, members of the public in the gallery and watching on the live stream. Swan Hill Rural City Council acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pays its respects to their elders past and present. Councillor Englefield, the declaration please.
We, the councillors of Swan Hill Rural City Council, declare that we will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best interests of our community and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in us to the best of our skill and judgment.
Thank you. Please be seated. We have all councillors present, so no apologies today. Directors and officers present, we have Mr Scott Barber, the Chief Executive Officer, Michelle Granger, Director of Development and Planning, Bruce Myers, Director of Community and Cultural Services, Leah Johnston, Director of Infrastructure, Peter Brown, Acting Director of Corporate Services, Helen Morris, Organisational Development Manager, Ash Free Finance Manager, Laura O'Dwyer, Enterprise Assets Manager and Sharon Lindsay, Executive Assistant. Councillors, could I have a motion confirming the minutes from the last meeting of Council? Moved Councillor Broad, seconded Councillor Rogers. All those in favour? They are carried. Thank you. Do we have any disclosures of conflict of interest, councillors? Nil? Thank you. Moving on to joint letters and reading of petitions. We have no joint letters, but Mr CEO, we have a petition.
Yes, we do, Mr Mayor. A petition was received by Council on the 8th of September from Paul and Debbie Martin, Aspire Jewellery. There were 22 signatures requesting the Council undertake consultation with the Swan Hill business community, particularly the traders in McCallum Street, with respect to the future plans for the McCallum Street toilet block prior to its reconstruction. Council has already awarded the contract for the replacement of the McCallum Street toilets in accordance with public convenience strategy, with works programmed to occur in October. Councillors, I would like to put the recommendation forward as written in this report.
Thank you, Mr CEO. Any questions, councillors? Could I have a motion? Councillor Englefield? As per recommendation. Thank you. Have a second for that motion. Second, Councillor Rogers. Do you wish to speak to the motion, Councillor Englefield? No. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak to the motion?
No, it's just great to hear from the community and know what they're thinking out there, and petitions are a great way to get that information back to us. Thank you for the petition.
Thank you. Any other speakers to the motion, for or against? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. We have no public question time or open forum today, no requests for that today. So we will move to agenda item 2.1, the Community Vision Council Plan 2025 to 2029, Financial Plan 25-26 to 34-35, and the Strategic Asset Management Plan 2025 to 2035 to review, hear and consider submissions. Mr Brown.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is the culmination of quite a long and extensive and a comprehensive process to adopt, I think, the most significant documents that Council adopts in its term of office. The three things are the community vision, and then the council plan, the 10-year financial plan and the strategic asset management plan. Council started this process quite a long time ago, back in at the end of 2024. It's been a lot of community involvement in the formulation of the plan, and a lot of council involvement through and guidance through the process. A draft plan was developed, which Council endorsed and put out for community comment on the 19th of August. This meeting now is to consider the comments and the submissions that were made during that process and to adopt the plans. The there was eight submissions received, and one submitter chose to speak on behalf of her submission. There were 4 submissions in relation to the council plan and 4 in relation to the strategic asset management plan. The recommendation is on page 31 of your agenda. I suggest that it's been quite a healthy process that council have gone through. There's been a really significant community response. There's been a lot of suggestions made in the 8 submissions, and council has noted those suggestions, and they were picked up largely in other council processes, such as the annual budget, the CBD planning process, riverfront actions, the small towns plan. We'll pick up a number of the suggestions, and also the council plan actions, which are currently being finalised, and will also put in place a number of those suggestions and assist to deliver the council plan. We propose to, as part of this recommendation, write to each submitter, thank them for their submission, and outlining the council response, which is included in the report. I commend the recommendation to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr Brown. Any questions, councillors? If not, could I have a motion? Councillor Broad.
As per the recommendation, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Have a seconder for that motion. Councillor Jennings, thank you. Councillor Broad, you wish to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. First, I'd just like to thank and commend all the submitters and for all the council staff involved. This has been a large process that needed to happen. It's been very thorough. There's been a lot of discussions around this table, but also tables throughout the municipality, which I think is very important. It's exciting for it all to be out there, and I absolutely would support the recommendation and adopt all 3 plans.
Thank you. Councillor Jennings.
Thanks, Mayor. Just to support what Councillor Broad said, there was only some minor changes in these, in a couple of these plans, and it has been through an extensive consultation process. And as first-time councillors, as most of us are, it's been an interesting process for us to go through this planning stage and to get this information, workshop all of these various plans, and now have them come back to us ready for us to adopt. So I also support the recommendation.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Any other councillors wish to speak to the motion, for or against? If not, I will put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. And with the council plan and associated plans now adopted, that sets the framework for the coming 4 years for the current council, and obviously the first year of the next council term to direct, and there's a number of initiatives in there for the entire municipality. And again, I'll just endorse and thank the community from all ends and all widths of the municipality who have contributed to the formulation of this plan, and we look forward to delivering it over the coming years. Agenda item 2.2, the in-principle adoption of financial and performance statements for 2024-2025. Mr Free, your report, please.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. The Local Government Act requires that Council adopt its annual statements incorporating the performance statement and the general purpose financial statements in principle prior to the Auditor General issuing an audit opinion on our statements. Attached with this report is the 2 statements that we're talking about here, so the performance statement and the financial statements. So once we receive an in-principle adoption, our accounts are then forwarded to the Victorian Auditor General, and we should get sign-off on our both performance and financial statements. Council's Audit Committee met on the 3rd of September to review both of the statements, and their recommendation was that Council adopt the statements in principle also. So once these accounts are in principle adopted, they will, as I said, they'll go back to the Victorian Auditor Generals for sign-off. The 2 nominated councillors will then sign off on the statements also, and then the VAGO audit opinion issued. I suppose just a brief comment on the
on the statements, we're reporting a $7.5 million surplus result for the year, and we've completed $27.7 million worth of capital work. So that's a significant effort for the 24-25 financial year. So, yeah, I'm just moving for a recommendation that council adopt in principle the performance statement and the general purpose financial statements for the 24-25 year as presented.
Thank you, Mr Free. Any questions, councillors? Councillor Jennings.
Just one question, please. Mr. Freedy, you mentioned the $7.5 million surplus. Can you just expand on that a little bit for the general public, because that's not cash in bank, that's an operating surplus that, as I understand, could be a timing issue of loans, but just to explain that we haven't got $7.5 million sitting there waiting to find a home.
No, certainly not. So it's basically a timing issue on our grants received, pretty much. So at the end of June, we received $4.8 million of the Grants Commission up front. So that's our 25-26 funding. So we received that in June. So that's part of that performance statement, part of our financial statements. We have to report it as such. And also in the accounts there is $2.5 million worth of grants that we received in advance that are remaining unspent. So at this point, they're unspent because we're in the process of performing the obligations attached to that grant. So that's the majority of the, basically those two items there can account for the majority of that surplus.
Thank you.
Unspent but not unallocated, Mr Free.
Correct.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you. Councillor Inglefield.
Yeah, my question was around the same issue, that just to make it clear to the community that we're not sitting on $7.5 million, and explanation was clear that it's for projects that we've been funded in advance of or have not quite finished. I'd just like to comment though also that we appear at this stage to still be in a pretty sound financial position, although that can be eroded quite quickly if we're not careful or if expenses run away on us. So it's pleasing from my point of view to say that we're maintaining what appears to be quite a viable and strong financial position.
Thank you, Councillor Inglefield. Any other questions, councillors? If no further questions, could I have a motion? Oh, thank you, Councillor Jennings. Sorry, I didn't say your hand. Move, Councillor Jennings. Seconded. Councillor Inglefield. Thank you. You wish to speak, Councillor Jennings.
Only just to also endorse what Councillor Inglefield has said, that the performance statement looks to be a good document, puts us in a good sound position going forward, and as a tribute to previous council teams that have operated before us. So happy to support the recommendation that we adopt in principle the draft performance statement.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Inglefield, do you wish to speak?
Oh, only just again to reiterate that while we are in a good, strong financial position, and I think everyone around this table will continue to see that happens in the future.
Thank you. Any other speakers for or against the motion? If not, I will put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors, and thank you to Ash and your team for the work that they do to ensure that we have the proper reporting of results. And having been a past member of the Audit and Risk Committee, and I know from councillors who sit on the Audit and Risk Committee at the moment, rest assured to the public, that's for sure, that there is a very fine-tooth comb put over all of these reports. And so, yeah, everything is in order. So again, thanks, Ash, to you and your team.
Thank you.
Agenda item 2.3, Swan Hill Showground Sport and Recreation Precinct Master Plan. Ms Granger.
Thank you, Mayor. So Council has been working on a master plan for our major recreation reserve in Swan Hill for the last 2 years. We've worked very closely with an advisory committee and the general community to develop a master plan for the Showgrounds Sport and Recreation Precinct. It encompasses 2 reserves that provide a mix of recreational and social or passive recreational uses, including football, netball, cricket, the site for our agricultural show, the CFA athletics track and our leisure centre. It's linked via common use and the use of Pritchard Street. We did a SWOT analysis and a community survey to get initial feedback before we started preparing the master plan, and we believe that what we've developed ensures that the reserve remains the preeminent recreation precinct for Swan Hill and provides for rationalisation and relocation of buildings across the site, long-term planning to relocate the CFA athletic and running infrastructure. Computer's jammed. There's a place for a new community hub that is under detailed design at the moment, providing joint facilities for clubs in the community. Traffic calming measures in Pritchard Street allow for a future redevelopment of the Ag Show buildings into an events space, provides space for future development of a community children's and youth hub, ensures there's sufficient room to develop an outdoor pool should the existing facility no longer be able to be located in its current location, and provide alternative locations for some netball courts in the Southern Oval precinct if and when the existing courts meet their end of the life. We received, when we put the master plan out to the community, we received numerous submissions, both positive and raising some issues, and we think in adopting the final master plan, we've accommodated most of the wishes of the community. We must remind you though that a master plan is not static, and within the master plan we've highlighted triggers for review, and that might be the number of teams that use the reserve change. So in adopting the master plan, it provides council and the community with a blueprint for the future. It will then allow us to use this master plan for detailed design and to seek funding. So I'll put the recommendation to you.
Thank you, Ms Granger. Any questions, councillors? If there are no questions, could I have a motion? Councillor Broad.
As per the recommendations.
Thank you. Seconder for the motion, Councillor Thornton. Councillor Broad, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, Mr Mayor. This is a significant strategic document, and it's one of our municipality's most valuable community spaces. This process has been well informed, and from the engagement, as stated in our report, a common theme throughout was the value of the precinct to the community. It's a long-term staged vision that is very exciting. It's not just about upgrading the facilities, but about unlocking the full potential of the precinct. I'd like to congratulate the staff, the consultants, and to the community that took time to help shape the future of the precinct. Thanks, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Broad. Councillor Thornton.
Thank you. Just like to support Councillor Broad's comments and say what an absolute pleasure it has been to be part of the process of seeing the master plan come to fruition, and also see the vision for this amazing community space that we have. And it's been interesting to hear comments from the consultants and different ones who are involved, who help us to realise just what a wonderful amount of space we have there, and develop the vision for the future. So congratulations to all, and look forward to seeing it develop over the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Are there any other speakers for or against the motion? If not, I'll put...
Will we speak for it?
Yes, Councillor Rogers, thank you.
Mr Mayor, thank you, Mr Mayor. Well, I see, like the MCG is to Melbourne, well, the Swan Hill Showground Sporting Recreation Precinct is to Swan Hill, and if we've got a good plan in place and we can get funding for new pavilions, grandstands, and all the sporting facilities we need, so that our population can get out there and maintain good health and well-being, and it's a great thing for our town. So, yep, if we can get this plan out there and get the funding for what we need, it'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Any other speakers? You'll go. Do you want to add something, Councillor Thornton, quickly?
I do. I failed to mention the wonderful example of council working in collaboration with the community and the advisory committee and the different user groups that were there, and I felt like it was a great example of how to do that, and really proud to be part of it.
Thank you. With that, I will put the motion. All those in favour? The motion is carried, and I'll reiterate those sentiments as chair of the committee involving the user groups in developing this plan. I thank them for their input, for their flexibility, because master plans can't be put together if everybody is dog-minded about what they want. So the flexibility to consider all user groups and the long-term benefit of the community has been fantastic. The collaboration and the community input as well. So thank you to everybody, and as Councillor Rogers said, we use this as a framework for funding and look forward to delivering this over the years to come. Agenda item 2.4, proposed Blue Tree Project, Riverside Park. Ms Granger.
Thank you, Mayor. So Council's been approached to paint a dead tree in Riverside Park in Swan Hill blue as part of a global movement. Blue trees signify and encourage discussion around mental health, and the proposal for the blue tree in Riverside Park is to be a youth-led event. The tree's been highlighted as suitable. It will require annual termite treatment at a cost to council of about $300 per annum, and if the tree is no longer suitable, council can end the arrangement and or find another suitable tree within the park. It would be beneficial to have some interpretive signs so that our community and visitors understand the importance of blue trees, and we're seeking council's support to allow this project to occur.
Thank you, Ms Granger. Councillors, any questions? Oh, if there are no questions, could I have a motion?
Yes.
Yep. Councillor Rogers, move.
I'd like to move a motion, we accept the recommendations.
Thank you. Seconder for the motion, Councillor Broad. Thank you. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr Mayor. I see the blue tree as a very important thing. I'm actually familiar with the Wright family and their loss of Donald, and the blue tree is a symbol of people walking past it and noting that some people are suffering out there and have mental health, and it's a reminder to them just to reach out and to be nice to people, to ask someone who they're thinking that they aren't feeling right or they're not having trouble. It's a reminder to them to ask that question, and it might help save some lives in our community. So yeah, I fully support the blue tree. I noticed one yesterday in Nathalia, a big one, and it's a great spot down there. Lots of people walk past it, and if everyone like me can walk past it and say, oh, there's a reminder, who can I be nice to today? And can I reach out to them and ask them to make sure that they're okay? I think it's a great thing. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Councillor Broad, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Just to emphasise Councillor Rogers' points, I think this is a really simple yet potent project for our municipality, and I think it's fantastic that it's community driven. It's great to be able to be on council and support projects like this. It's very, very important. And we know that some of the statistics Australia-wide really are pretty appalling. So anything we can do to help that and encourage some real conversations in our municipality, I'm a big fan of. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Broad. Do I have any other speakers for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Agenda item 2.5, Art Gallery Redevelopment Budget. Mr Myers.
Thank you, Mayor. This report is an update on the Art Gallery redevelopment project that's getting very, very close to the end of the way. And it also requests allocation of funding from a reserve to the project to ensure that the project's completed on time and without further ratepayer contribution. As councillors will be aware, it's important to note that the project was originally planned to be part of one integrated building, and over time there have been multiple changes to the scope and various rescoping and descoping of the design and key features, but really important that the main gallery floor space, for example, has been increased from 600 square metres to 900 square metres, and also the new building will also feature an additional multi-purpose space and education space and storage, so it's very exciting. So during the process for the design of the new gallery, there were a number of things that were identified, such as incoming services and utilities. All of those services for other parts of the site, including Spoons, the lodges, and the Pioneer Settlement, go via the art gallery. So there was an awareness of a lot of those. There were a number of other works that became apparent once work had commenced on the redevelopment, such as the existing timber columns, which was actually part of the community request to retain the original community built project. So termite damage in those beams, remedial work on existing slabs due to differing floor heights, electrical pillar relocations, revised security systems, fire system upgrades, and heating and cooling system amendments. So there's been a number of things that have come along the way that have been caused additional costs. In preparation for this, with these unforeseen works, it was identified that a potential funding source is the remaining reserve that was established in 2017 from the sale of aged care packages, and that was used to successfully transition the aged care program last year, and also created the Futures Fund, which has enabled projects such as the Ronald Street units in Robinvale. So this report is seeking approval to allocate the remaining approximately $214,000 from that reserve to the redevelopment project. That then preserves Council's resolution from several years ago to not provide any more ratepayer contribution, enable a lot of important facets of the project like the landscaping, which also had a lot of community consultation, to be completed. And it also gives the contractors the opportunity to ensure that they can sign off on the starting and completing of a number of items to meet the middle of November handover date, which is rapidly approaching. So, the recommendation is there, councillors, that you approve the allocation of the aged care reserves remaining funding to the art gallery redevelopment project to ensure a contingency, and return any unspent funds upon completion to council reserves.
Thank you, Mr Myers. Councillors, are there any questions? I've got a question, Mr Myers. Obviously the project would have had a original contingency as part of the project budget, I assume, fair to say. So essentially what you're saying is the original contingency has turned out to not be sufficient for the project.
Through your mayor to yourself, that's correct. Obviously the original contingency was based on the amount of money that was available in the project, and as I said in my preamble, the project has changed several times because originally it was part of a larger single building, so it required a lot of toing and froing. That plus the unforeseen costs that I spoke about have led to that contingency being close to being exhausted, and this transfer of allocation of money will ensure that it can be completed.
Further question, are you confident that this $200,000 approximately will be sufficient to complete the project?
Through you to you, yes. Yes, we also have identified a few other smaller grants that were existing in the art gallery that have been acquitted, and we're in the process of having those smaller amounts of money reallocated to relevant parts of the project. We anticipate we'll have some reserve money to return to the reserve after this project.
Thank you. Councillor Rogers.
Question, Mr Myers. The aged care reserve, aged care is very important in our community, and as long as we're not disadvantaging them anyway, we've satisfied the needs of the aged care, then I think this is okay, as long as that's all been satisfied, our aged care needs.
Through you, Mayor, to Councillor Rogers. Yes, we successfully transitioned all of our community-based home care services to 3 providers just over 15, 16 months ago, and those services are being delivered to clients. This money was not allocated for that service. This was for the sale of another service several years ago, so there's no real connection between the two, but Council will continue to provide services for elderly residents as we do, and we've got some exciting things coming up with that.
Thank you, Mr Myers.
Thank you. If there's no further questions, can I have a motion, please, councillors? Councillor Thornton, moved. As per recommendation? Thank you. Seconded, Councillor Rogers?
As per recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak to the motion?
I would. I'd like to speak to the motion as the member delegate of the Art Gallery Advisory Committee and was a long-term member of the advisory committee going back when the Our Place project first came about. So really excited to see, after many years of consultation and reiterations and to see it come to fruition, an amazing opportunity that we have this reserve that is there to help see the project through to the end, and what an incredible chapter, I suppose, that we're about to see unfold for the Swan Hill Regional Art Gallery, and look forward to seeing what it might bring to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak?
Yes, it's unfortunate. There's unforeseeable extras that are needed to be done. It's an outstanding building. It'll be here for many, many years and serve our community greatly, I'm sure. And we just need to get it completed and done and get everyone out enjoying it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Any other speakers for or against the motion? If there are none, I will put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Moving on to section 3 of the agenda, officer reports for noting. The Workforce Plan Mid-Year Progress Report. Ms Morris, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor and councillors. This is, as the Mayor has mentioned, the mid-year report for the final year of the Workforce Plan, which runs from 2021 to 2025. It's also a 4-year plan, and this plan is to try and ensure that we've got the right people in the right place at the right time in order for us to be able to fulfil your council plan and the community's vision. I'll take it that the report's been read. I have listed that there were a total of 41 actions within the overall progress report that's attached to this report. We've completed 37 of those. There's 3 more that are on track and one action that had been delayed. And you can see from the attached report some more detail in relation to each of those actions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms Morris. Councillors, are there any questions regarding the Workforce Plan report? If there are no questions, could I have a motion? Thank you, Councillor Broad. Moved, Councillor Broad, as per the recommendation. Seconded,
yep.
Councillor Englefield. Thank you. Councillor Broad, you wish to speak to the motion?
Only to say well done to all staff involved. I think it's, if I read correctly, our turnover's decreased, which is excellent. And I think that we, from what I can see, always asking, are we an employer of choice? And do we have good pathways for young locals to get into this area? So I think it's a great thing, and we've come a really long way. So well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Broad. Councillor Englefield.
I'd just like to endorse Councillor Broad's words. Yep.
Thank you. Are there any other speakers for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Agenda item 3.2, Gender Equality Action Plan Report. Ms Morris again.
Thank you. So this is another mid-year report. This is for the Gender Equality Action Plan, which Council are obligated to develop under the Gender Equality Act of 2020. This identifies a number of actions at the organisation, and you'll see there is a very large list of summary of what we have tried to accomplish in relation to this plan over the last 4 years. And that includes system upgrades, promoting surveys, equal opportunity policies being reviewed, developing new policies, adopting flexible work arrangements to try and continue to recruit people into our organisation, online training for certain areas as well. So that this again is another comprehensive report that we do track quite heavily across the 4 years, and you'll see from that report all actions are completed all bar one, which is a project where we're gathering data, and we don't anticipate to have that completed until the duration of the next JEEP. So the next JEEP is currently underway. The development has not yet started, but we're collecting the data in order for us to then develop the next JEEP, which will be due in May 2026.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions, councillors? If there are no questions, could I have a motion? Moved Councillor Rogers, seconded Councillor Thornton. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak to the motion? Moved as per recommendation. Thank you. Nothing to say? Or you, sorry,
Moved as recommendation.
Yep. Do you wish to speak to the motion?
No.
No. Thank you. Councillor Thornton, do you wish to speak to the motion?
I'll just add a note of gratitude to the council officers for their reports on the gender equality policy and the reports, the discussions that it's generated in our council briefings helps us to understand why we need these policies and the outcomes that they deliver. So well done, and thank you. Look forward to seeing the next one as it develops.
Thank you. Any other speakers for or against? Councillor Jennings.
Thanks, Mayor. I just add that it's pleasing to see that it's a policy that's not just a tick and flick. It actually has some actions, or quite a number of actions there, and outcomes that have taken place during the year. So I think it's very good in the things that have taken place in the last 12 months, and I would expect that that would continue through into the next plan.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Any other speakers? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Section 4, decisions which need action or ratification. 4.1, councillor briefings. Mr CEO.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Council briefings are reported to ensure good governance and transparency. I'll take it as read, and if councillors could let us know if there's any errors or omissions in this report, we'll take them on and amend it.
Any questions or changes to this report, councillors? If not, could I have a motion, please? Move Councillor Broad, seconded Councillor Jennings. You wish to speak, Councillor Broad?
No,
nothing
Mr Mayor.
Nothing to say. Councillor Jennings? No. Nothing to say. Anybody else wish to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion, which was actually that council notes the contents of this report. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. Section 5, notices of motion, which we have none. Section 6, foreshadowed items. Do we have any foreshadowed items, councillors? No. Section 7, urgent items not included in the agenda. Do I have any urgent items, councillors? Councillor Englefield.
Yes, Mayor, I have an important item or urgent item that I'd like to, that's not included in the agenda that I'd like to bring forward.
Thank you. Would you care to describe that, and then we can determine if it's urgent item?
It's in relation to a delegation from Villers-Brettoneux for the 40th anniversary that's being held in Robbenvale in October, and would council be of a mind to donate some funds to offset the costs?
Thank you, and it's urgent, I'm assuming, Councillor Englefield, because we was notified after the agenda went out,
Yes.
and the decision can't wait until the October meeting.
Yes, that's correct, Mr Mayor, yes.
Thank you. So will somebody like to move that we accept that, or I'll take it that you'll move that be accepted as urgent business?
Yep.
Councillor Englefield, seconder, Councillor Rogers. All those in favour, councillors? That is carried. Councillor Englefield, would you care to put your motion for councillors to consider, please?
Yes, Sharon, can I see that? That council, I'd like to move, Mr Mayor, that council contribute $2,000 to support hosting the Villers-Brettoneux delegation from France who are visiting Robbenvale on 27 October 2025.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield. Do I have a seconder for that motion? Councillor Rogers, second the motion. Thank you. Councillor Englefield, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, I'd like to speak, Mr Mayor. I mean, this is obviously an important event. I have recollections of attending this event on Cave Square all those years ago, and it drew a substantial crowd, I'd have to say, and was made the national TV, and was a big and proud event for the Robbenvale community. And now 40 years have gone by, and we have a delegation that went last year to Villers-Brettoneux. And this year we have these 22 that are coming over to celebrate the 40th anniversary here. And I think it would be a great thing if the council could help offset some of the costs involved in running this event, and it's so I would hope that my fellow councillors would support me in such an endeavour.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield. Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Yes, Mr Mayor, I think it's the least we can do. There's over 20 people or more coming out from France to Robinvale. I think it's showing their appreciation for what we've done over there in the years gone by, and help relieve their country from an oppressor. And it's good to keep that relationship going, and it's a great thing.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. Do I have any other speakers to the motion, for or against? If there's no other speakers, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you, Councillor Englefield.
Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Do we have any other urgent items, councillors? If there's none, we will move on to section 8, to consider and order on councillor reports. First up today is Councillor McPhee.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Look, there's a number of meetings I attended, but one I'd highlight was back on the 2nd of September, the town hall meeting we had in relation to the Swan Hill Regional Livestock Exchange. I'd like to thank all those 470 submitters that put a submission in to that process, and to those that spoke, I'd like to congratulate them on the manner in which they spoke and the manner in which this whole process has been handled. I know it's caused angst in the community, but council are yet to make a decision on it, and we've taken on board all that information, and a decision will be forthcoming shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor McPhee. Next up, Councillor Jennings.
Thanks, Mayor. Similar to Councillor McPhee, we all attended the livestock meeting here at the Town Hall. Last week, or week before, a group of us went to Robinvale for the official opening of the playground, which was a terrific event, well received by the community with a good turnout of people there for it. We really enjoyed that, and we really enjoyed the T-bone steaks at the Robinvale Footy Club that night. So thanking them for their hospitality and honouring a commitment that we made at our council meeting up there earlier in the year. So we had some really good events during the last month.
Thank you, Councillor Jennings. Councillor Broad.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just waiting for the table. First off was the Audit and Risk Committee meeting, and as the Mayor had said in this meeting previous, it is very comforting to know that this organisation has a very fine-tooth comb going through a lot of different things, and that was a fantastic meeting to be a part of. It's a whole new world for me, and that was excellent. Obviously the Livestock Exchange, and then a fantastic meeting with Senator Stewart today. Looking forward to Coldie with the councillor, with Councillor McPhee this Friday at the Swan Hill Club.
Thank you, Councillor Broad. Councillor Thornton.
Thank you. Quite a few different things around the place, and a few trips away this month, but I'll just take the chance to discuss or talk about the attendance that I had at the Victorian Greenhouse Alliance conference, which is a fabulous event showcasing the excellent work of councils across the state in the space of addressing climate change, reducing emissions and mitigating the impacts of climate change. One of the officers from Mildura Council won an award, and various others did too. But there was a lot of sharing of information and different programs that councils are undertaking to do this important work. One was the Victorian Climate Resilient Councils program, which is one that I hope to discuss with Swan Hill Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thornton. Councillor Englefield.
Obviously, I've had a few events over the past month. Probably in conjunction with opening the playground in Robinvale, I was able to take a couple of my fellow councillors out to have a look at Australian Pioneer Pistachio Company. And that was a bit of an eye-opener for my three fellow councillors, I'd have to say. And it's a bit of a, I'm really grateful for the company allowing us out there. But it's a bit of an indication of the significant amount of capital investment that's going on in Robinvale, particularly in agriculture. And it's not that it's hidden, but it's people, particularly down this end, don't necessarily appreciate exactly what's happening in and around Robinvale, particularly in regard to the tens of millions of dollars that have been invested in agriculture. So that was really good. Town Hall, a few other bits and pieces. The stakes at the footy club were great. Our Place was a great event, I thought, Bruce, and there was quite a number of council officers there at Our Place working with ABS, but as far as a community event goes, I thought that was really good, and Bruce would probably agree with that. So the Lantern Festival last Friday night was a really, really great event. And it's really interesting to see the change in the Robinvale community in my lifetime, and everyone was there and everyone was having a great time. So it was really good. It was fantastic.
Thank you, Councillor Englefield. Councillor Rogers.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Lucky last, hey? The 2nd and 7th attended the Swan Hills Saleyards Forum in the Town Hall, and I've had good feedback from everyone. And if anyone wasn't thinking that we're trying to do the right thing by the public and consult and get the best feedback we can to make the best decision down the track, then I think they're satisfied after that forum. So we can't go on kicking the can, as Councillor Englefield says every now and then. So the sooner we can address all that, the better. I attended the Audit and Risk Committee meeting and support what Councillor Board says. They run the fine-tooth comb right through it. I'm no accountant, but I can firmly say that the Audit Committee looks very thoroughly at things, and I'm very pleased to say that the Audit Committee and the external auditors are more than pleased. And one of the comments was they wish that the other councils in the state of Victoria were as good as our councils. There'd be a lot less troubles in Victoria than what there are. So I'd like the councillors to know that, and there's credit to the CEO, to the staff for that. And I'm proud to say I'm a Swan Hill Rural City Councillor in this community. I also attended the Saleyards Forum Committee, and thanks to Mr Mayor for taking over the chair while I had to attend the dentist. And they're the three main things. But probably the one thing I do want to say is I'd also like to thank the CEO and the staff too for including the councillor briefing attendances on the agenda. They take up significant amounts of time. Once every week we we have to read them, we have to attend them, and we put a lot of time and a lot of effort in there. And I'm glad, and thank you for acknowledging the time that the council has put in, and the agenda items that we have to discuss there and get well briefed on. So I really support and thank you for doing that. That's it for me, Mr Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rogers. You weren't quite lucky last because now there's me.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not going to go over things that are common to other councillors, but do appreciate the many events that we've attended together. Straight after pretty much the last meeting, Book Week at Nye District Primary School, which was a whole lot of fun. And then from young leaders in our community to some older leaders in our community, I gave a presentation to the Lead Loddon Mallee Leadership Program on the same day. Jumping down to last week, a couple of great community events. So the Are You OK Day barbecue and the opening of the CBD office of My Plan Connect, which was a great time. We've had the discussion today around the blue tree, but a great time to reflect and just connect with people to make sure that we're looking out for our family, for our friends, and for others in the community. And then the same day, another event of similar ilk, I guess, attending the fundraising dinner put on by the many service clubs of Swan Hill, Rotary Club, Lions Club, BPW, Probus. I think that was about it. Apologies if I've missed one of the service clubs in there. A fundraising dinner for A Good Kitchen, which is put on every Tuesday night by St Vincent de Paul up at the St Mary's Hall up there. They feed anywhere from 60 to 80 people every Tuesday night for a free meal. Some of those people are homeless, some of those people are just in a difficult financial position, but it's a place that they can go, that they can have a good 2-course meal, a good feed, and not just that, but also have some company, because many of them don't have company at home, don't necessarily have a community around them, but there's people there who volunteer their time to make sure that they're fed, to make sure that they're connected with, and to check in on. So I really want to thank those groups for the work that they do in looking after the less fortunate members of our community. And on the night, over $2,000 was raised to help fund A Good Kitchen, and there are a number of businesses around town that contribute significantly in the way of goods, whether it's directly or whether it's through significant discounts. So I want to thank those businesses as well for what they give to help the less fortunate people in our community. So many other things there, but it's all there. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much. That concludes the normal order of business for the scheduled September council meeting. So I just want to again thank people in the gallery and on the live stream who've been attending today. We will be going into camera to consider a number of items, but there is no further normal business when we come out of camera other than to close the meeting. So with that, again, thank you for your attendance. And could I have a motion, councillors, to move into camera? Move Councillor Jennings, second Councillor Rogers. All those in favour? Carried. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance today. All items on the agenda are completed, and I will now close the meeting of council